So we are in. And what I was thinking, so I've recorded a couple of these now. So I should feel like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. I don't.
Okay.
It's pretty much just a normal conversation and stuff. But one thing that I realised I didn't do with anyone that's come on is just ask them, how are you?
Oh.
Just like the basics, like, hi, friend. Oh my days. Last time I saw you, it was...
Before the pandemic, I think. Or mid...
No, it was in your store when you done the pop-up. Yeah.
December.
So December. So before, like, tears became a thing.
Yeah.
Good times.
I know.
Good time. But how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. And I feel like I'm as good as you can be in a pandemic.
Fairs.
Do you know what I mean? So...
Do you know what? It's funny you say that, because I feel like some people, they've enjoyed this.
Do you know what? I get that, because halfway I was enjoying it. Half of me was enjoying it. And then it got to a part where, I think it was end of December, I was like, yeah, God, get me out. Get me out. At first, I was enjoying it. I was like, oh yeah, I like my own, because I like my own companies. I'm cool with that. But I think after December, I was like, yeah, it went down.
Like times.
Yeah, and everywhere, I think a lot of people's mental health as well is like up and down.
No, it's been a long one. I think I was the same. Like first ever lockdown, that was a great time for me.
Yeah.
Just because I was revising, so it's like even if I could go out, I wouldn't. So everyone's inside with me.
Yeah, okay.
They've joined me, and then I went back to uni, and like of course there was still a pandemic, but because I was in my uni bubble,
it wasn't really.
It wasn't that bad. Yeah. I pretty much live with my friends anyway, so it's like we don't need any external people.
That was final year, right?
Final year, thank God it's over.
Oh, you finished?
Yeah.
Oh, you're growing the pandemic.
I was in the pandemic. Not a single graduation.
Oh yeah, that's
absolutely
so true. Not even online.
It was a 10 minutes Zoom call, which like some people they were cheap, so they didn't get the one to like unlimited people.
Wow.
So like people didn't get into their graduation.
Don't finish me. Wait, so are they going to do like a real one when the world opens up? They say. Yeah, they say. And
I'm going to force them to.
Yeah. Just
because they discontinued my email too quickly.
Oh, they've already discontinued everything? Well, yeah,
I don't understand.
I don't think you're going to have a real one. Do you know why? Yeah, because it also costs them money.
No,
so
100%.
I feel like they would rather just...
No, but it's like, okay, fair enough. If you don't want me to walk across the stage, just get me the photographer and gown. Or do you know what? Send me the gown. Yes, and send me the gown to keep.
Oh?
I need to tax them. There needs to be a penalty.
But some people ordered their own gowns and did their own little photo shoots.
Yeah.
No?
The reason why I didn't do that is because I wanted, like, because it's the masters, the colour, there's different colour.
Yeah, I get you. Don't some of them have fur? Was that like Cambridge?
Oh, that's, the Cambridge route. Oh, I had no fur. But, like, I just wanted it to be official rather than just a plain black...
Fake,
gown with a floppy hat. Yeah. I was so close to doing it, though. But then I was just like, okay, no, don't worry, I'll get one eventually.
Hopefully.
Boy, for when I messaged my tutor this week, she just completely aired me. I said...
Ooh, you're out. You're out.
It's a sure thing.
Just forget it.
Sure thing. But yeah, that's a cheeky thing. Can you imagine? So... I can't lie. Yesterday, even this whole week, I meant to prep for this sort of thing. Yeah. I meant to prep, but I was tired.
Oh, so you didn't prep?
Luckily with you, because do you know when you done that Instagram live or not Instagram takeover? I watched that and I was like, oh my days, this is great content. Like there's so many things to talk to you about.
Oh gosh.
And I wrote it down because this was before I was official, you know. So I
planning.
Yeah, this was in the plan stage. So I wrote down my notebook, and I left that notebook at home.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
So back to one.
Back to the squarest of ones. Okay. They were just laughing at me. But we are going. I think I thrive under pressure. Like, honestly, this is where...
I'm not sure about myself.
No, but this isn't pressure for you. Like, this is just like, you know the answers because it's your life.
Yeah, but when it comes to all of this stuff, it's a bit different. Describing it. I feel like when you're doing it, you just do it, but describing it, but we'll see.
Okay. So let's start off easy.
Okay.
What do you do? Oh my gosh, this is... Okay. Hi, guys. I'm here with my friend, Ardelle. I need to think of the logical sequence of this in my head. But hi, I'm with my friend Ardelle. Guys, a new person, a new trade. This is interesting because all of the people that I've had have in previously, I've been actors, they've been artists. I've had a creator of a magazine as well as editor-in-chief.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I've had really... Honestly, when I thought about it, I was just
that's
like...
That's a big job. That's a big job.
It's a job.
Yeah. Wow, okay.
So I've had different people on. So you're the first in your lane. So this is really exciting. So she's a fashion designer, guys. Her clothing line... Oh my days, if any of you love me and you're watching this, I told you it was on my birthday present list. No one going for my birthday, and I was upset. I love everyone who got me something, thank you. But we all saw the dress that I wanted, and I put it. I'm being dead ass serious. It was on the list.
No, and I thought, it's hilarious.
But yeah, her stuff is absolutely beautiful. Like, damn. No, honestly, like even so, do you know when you promote your friend's stuff, and it's like, of course you're promoting because you're just
your friend,
your friend. But it's like, I want people to see it because it's like, nah, like this is actually good, and all of my friends are like, no, but this is actually nice, you know. I'm like, I know.
Oh, no, that's nice.
So yes. Okay, well, so this is Ardelle. What's your line called? You guys already know. No, so it's called Ardelle, right?
Yeah, it's called Ardelle.
So check it out, ardelle.co.uk, right? Cool. So how did you get into fashion design, or from what point did you realise, okay, cool, this is something that I could get into?
Oh, I know this sounds really cliche, but it's actually the only career path I've ever wanted to do.
Really?
Yeah, so from, like, because I don't know if you remember, so halfway through, is it GCSE time? So just before GCSE, so I think
this first year.
Year 10, I moved schools because I wanted to focus on, like, arts and all that kind of stuff. So then I was focusing on that, and within that, you're able to, like, explore different things. Fashion was one of them. I was doing textiles on the side as well.
Okay.
So then from there, you know, I knew I wanted to do it. However, I didn't study in uni because I didn't feel like I had a good enough portfolio.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So sure. Let's track back. So can I say this secondary school that you moved to?
Oh yeah.
She went to the Brits school, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you moved there. How was that? How was that sort of? Do you feel like that was the best move that you could have made in your journey? If that makes sense.
That's a good question. Do you know what? When I look back, I learned so much. At the time, I was like, okay, cool. It's good. It was good for what I learned, and it being on like the thing to get into uni, not CV, but the personal statement.
Oh yeah.
To get into uni. But whilst I was there, I wasn't necessarily the happiest that I've ever been. Do you know what I mean? But sure. I know that I was doing something that was beneficial for where I wanted to go. Do you get what I mean?
I do, and I'm so sorry to stop you in your tracks. This is so wild. Do we need that camera, the light on?
Oh yeah, it looks fine. Do you want to turn on?
If we don't need it, it's fine. Cool. Sorry, I just looked at it and I was just like, oh yeah, it's just there, chilling. And do you know why? It's because I felt less heat on my person.
Head. Yeah.
And so I was just like, hold on, I feel comfortable. What's going on? Okay, that's interesting. I feel like that is quite interesting. So, because my mindset of Brit school, and maybe it's because I'm coming from like an actory sort of mindset, is like, okay, they pride themselves on acting, musicality, as well as like stage stuff.
Yeah. The arts strand was the back boy. You're right. We were the back people. for sure. It was more so like acting, dancing, all that kind of stuff. And then there was the art strand.
Oh, okay. So, and you applied for the arts?
Yeah,
sure
that's
thing.
what I wanted to do. But when you get there, you realise, they are kind of like the little
fairs. It's mad. So how would you just? It's actually so weird. So also, I have so many like predisposed ideas of what the Brit school was like.
Okay, yeah.
In my heart,
everybody did. They felt the high school musical in it.
either high school musical or if not that, very American, like artsy.
Do you know? I feel like you're not too far off though. Because
really?
The thing is that we're all normal kids, but we all come like and wanna be like Brits. Do you get what I mean? So everyone changes when they get there.
Mad.
So like before I was there, I was like, oh yeah, you know, I like fashion, all that kind of stuff. When I got there, I think if I see you throwback pictures, then you know, like, okay, she was definitely trying to be like in Brit school, but it's true. There is like that, but it's because you come and you think that's the culture, and then everybody tries to change. So it's like a continuous sort of like,
Sure.
do you know what I mean? And people come from all over the place.
Okay. Yeah. Because I had a friend, so you know her. She was meant to be here today. Unfortunately, she couldn't come. She went to the Brit school, and I was like, that is a trek and a half
people
just to
came
get there.
from far.
It's mad.
It was a big deal for some people.
Was it quite clicky?
100%.
Oh my gosh.
100%.
Cool kids.
Yeah, it was really clicky, and there was like the people that always like went parties and all kinds of stuff, like the house parties, and then like, oh yeah, what do you talk to?
That's so mad. Because I can't like, that's exactly how I expected it to be. I expected it to somewhat be like them. What's the genre, like the angsty teenage movies?
Yeah, but think about it. Yeah, if you're like, you have the drama students, they're so dramatic. Then you have like the dancers, they're always wearing like ballet ties and like leotards around. Yeah, but they're also like trying to show their body as well. Do you know, in the canteen? Do you know what I mean? Like, think about it. Like kids, we're all kids, and we're all like trying to be this something. So
and it's like trying to be what we see on TV, but what we see on TV isn't real life.
Exactly. So it was like that. So it was like we're all kids still finding ourselves.
That's actually so funny because like my natural secondary school experience was so different. Like even when I sometimes watch those angsty TV shows and whatnot, I'm just like, that's not real life.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
What?
Yeah.
Like, you don't. This, you know when they're sitting alone with the music playing in the canteen?
Hey, that could have possibly been me as well. Definitely in the corner of my music in 100%. I was very quiet in Brit school.
Swear.
Like I was more of like a, because I used to be really quiet, so I was still kind of like in my shell a bit, so I was a bit shy.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry that you said that could have just eaten your carrot stick.
Definitely could have been me.
No, that's so horrible. But you know what? You came out of it, and like with hindsight, you're very happy that you went, right?
Yeah, I think it's just. I feel like when I actually look back, I'm not. Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah. Fair. I don't see anything else that I could have done differently. Like I wouldn't have stayed at my old school. So
that makes sense. Okay, so you've done Brit school, secondary school, and college, or part of secondary school, college, right?
Yeah, so it was part of secondary school and then college.
Fairs. Yeah. And then you said you didn't study fashion in uni.
I studied fashion styling.
Oh.
Not fashion design.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I studied fashion styling and production. So it was like magazine curation, photography, and styling.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where did you study that? I know. Tell the people.
London College of Fashion. London College of Fashion. So UAL. Yeah.
That's sick. So how did you find that course? Because somewhat in your mind, did you know like, oh yeah, this isn't what I wanted to do, but it's a mean.
100%. No, when on my first week here, I was like to my mum, I made a mistake. I was like, Mum, I made a mistake. I have to change the course. And then she was like, yeah, change it. So we're trying to change it to fashion design, and they wouldn't let me on because fashion design is really hard to get on. It's all about portfolio. It's limited spaces. It's like, do you know what I mean? So it's like a smaller course.
And at that time, you didn't have the portfolio. Did you have the portfolio?
I did have a portfolio, but I just didn't think it was that good. And my mum was telling me, no, apply fashion design, don't do styling. What's that? And I was like, no, Mum, I know what I'm doing. You know, like the care, like I know what I'm doing. When I got in, I was like, yeah. And then I tried to. Then they said no. And then I literally hated the course the whole. I remember I used to complain all the time. Yeah.
Do you know what I like? Whenever someone says that, I feel it deeper because I know.
Yeah.
Like, you knew first week. I think I was still deceived up until like 2 months in. 2 months in, I was just like, hold on.
Right. Oh no, that's too late.
Like, I looked at my friends. I'd be like, wow, like, you're telling me this is what we're meant to be doing for 4 years?
Oh yeah, yours was
4 years as well. No break. No, not like a year in industry.
4 years.
Straight 4 years. And I was just like, hold on. So by a second semester, I was looking for the second course.
I feel like I remember you telling me that you didn't like your course.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, oh wow.
Tough times. I thought they lasted. They lasted 4 years.
You know when you just think about all those times in the library doing late night for a course that you didn't like. But then again, why didn't we just drop out and just wait for the next year? I feel like that's not an option with the Africans.
Don't get it twisted. I was looking.
I feel like after week 1, I definitely should have dropped out. What was I doing?
Oh, would you have dropped out and just applied for the course you wanted the next year?
Yeah. Why didn't I do that?
I don't know.
I don't think it was an option for me.
For me, I sort of knew why, because I realised that the problem was education. Like,
okay.
I was just
deeper.
mine was it was a deep. I was just like, why am I here? This is not.
Do you know?
like,
I feel that one as well. Actually. I feel that one as well.
Mate, I was thinking. I looked around and I was like, I love the people that I've met.
Yeah, but it's just school.
Now
it's
I've met them.
Yeah.
I've met them. What
you
more?
doing? Yeah, no, I get it.
I cried many times.
Sis? What? If I say I didn't cry, I'm definitely lying. I cried. Yeah.
When I say many, too many to count.
I was on the tube yet. I'm one of those ones. That was
Yeah. No, mine
that
was
definitely me.
mine because the trek from my for my accommodation to like my uni. No, so I wasn't like that because I went to school. I lived with my housemate was a course mate as well.
Okay.
So like on the way we're having banter. It's like when I get home and I'm in my room, like, it's time for me to and my books to meet. Just tears trickling down my face.
Don't
Like,
finish me.
I hate it's literally I can hate it here. And it was just like, okay, cool. Because I wanted to act and stuff. It was like to me it didn't make sense to do.
You were doing both as well, weren't you?
Yeah, I was doing both. It didn't make sense for me to drop out to study acting, and I'm happy I made that choice because if I was to do it back then when I didn't have the knowledge I did now, I probably would have gone to like a uni that was teaching about acting rather than
the
practice. Exactly. So it worked out in the end.
Yeah.
But less about me. Back onto you. So cool. So you didn't like the course. I feel like all of these would be like learning points. So hindsight, would you have knowing what you know now, would you have chosen not to do it? Because you used the skills.
Do you know what? Because I did a master's in fashion design. I'm happy I didn't do fashion design for the undergrad. Yeah, because the master's in fashion design killed me ×2. Like that one was actually waterworks. When I say waterworks, that one was the real waterworks.
Really?
Yeah, that one, because I would like. So my uni was in Kingston, and obviously I live in like South.
Yeah.
So I would drive to uni. When I say I could not see the road, that's where the tears were literally. And I used to stop on the side of the road. Like, oh gosh, get together.
But you enjoy it. Like, did you enjoy it?
It's so hard because the workload is like so intense. There's just something about it, like, you know, when you like something but studying it is so different. Yeah. It's like the essays, it's all this just different stuff, and because it's a master's level, it's like piling on. I'm like, oh gosh, what's going on? Yeah.
That's a lot.
And I'm not even a crier as well. That's the thing. But it was almost like every single day I would leave the uni like, oh God, why did I do this?
And it's the hardest thing is like you've done it to yourself.
I chose to do the masters. No one forced me. So, and I was very excited to do it as well. I was like, yeah, I'm doing a master's, new degree.
Yeah. And it's like, especially when you're coming from like, oh, this is fine. I'm finally starting to do what I want to do.
See, that's what it was. Because like, finally I can do it now.
Yeah. That's sick. That's actually really good. And because from what I see from the Snapchat perspective, you are still using a lot of the skills that you learned in your undergrad, right? And was your undergrad very practical based, or was it quite?
It was very practical, but then it also had a lot of essays as well, theory. But it was majority, I'll say 50-50, but there was a lot of practical work.
No, I feel like it made your progression actually made sense for you. Yeah. And it's nice that everyone's progression is slightly different. One of the main things that I have to, I cannot miss this point, is talk to you about your time in Germany.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even forget about that, you know. I don't know why I forget.
I do my research. I do it so you don't have to remember.
So, yeah, that was halfway through the Masters. So the reason why I decided to do it is because I was like, the Masters is too much. So,
really?
Yeah, so I didn't have to do a year abroad. It was an option for me. So I could have just finished that year and then quit. But I was like, the way this Masters is going, let me actually just take a break. So I just applied last minute. Like, everyone else was applying for months and that kind of stuff. I applied last minute and I got it, like, literally straight away.
That's sick.
So I moved within the next week. Yeah, so it was all of a sudden,
it was
it wasn't like I planned it. It was just, oh, I got it. Oh, I might as well go then.
How long was your internship?
6 months.
That's actually a nice time as
Mhm.
well. Okay, do you feel comfortable about giving information about that?
Oh, yeah.
Sure, so tell us about that internship, girl.
So that was at Hugo Boss in Germany.
Period.
Uh,
Period.
and it was in the women's wear design. So Hugo Boss is actually split into Boss and Hugo.
Oh,
They're two complete separate different,
okay.
Yeah, it never used to be like that, but I think they changed it over the years. So I was in Boss, and that's like the nice kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The women's wear design team, but I was in they have 3 different design teams. So the occasion wear, then I can't remember, then the women's tailoring, all that.
Mm-hmm.
I was in like the women's tailoring and occasion wear.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was really hands on. Like I was surprised that I actually got to design, like stuff that I designed to put into like the. Yeah, it was really cool, but also you don't get the credit because it's under the company.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But for my portfolio, it was good. But I wouldn't put it like out there. Like, oh yeah, I designed it because
I will.
I get sued like.
Oh, sure. Okay, I won't then.
But yeah, so it was really good. I think the working aspect was good. After 6 months, I was like, I'm done. Take me home. Yeah.
What was it? Just like the fact that you were there by yourself?
The social life was dry. Yeah, it was so dry. Because I was in Metzingen. So it's
Sure.
not like I was in Berlin. It was like a
Oh.
small little, like, really small. There was barely anyone there.
And is that far from like the places that are lit, quote unquote?
To get to Berlin, you have to take an aeroplane. Yeah.
Love it,
Yeah,
man.
so the closest to Berlin I got to was called Stuttgart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was like the city where all the shops are and all that kind of stuff. So I used to go there. But yeah.
What was the work culture like? Yeah.
It was interesting. It's like the corporate life. It's like the corporate
Really?
world. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you would think that would be like manic, crazy fashion, but it's like office schedules. At this time, we have a fit in. You need to get this, and this for the fit in. If you don't, Ardelle, where's it? That's the intern's job.
Swear.
Yeah, where is it? Can you go and sort that out? So it was really like hands-on,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like there was a lot of pressure on the interns to get. If you get it wrong, it's like the big bosses are like, is the
Oh, and
intern
you're
done?
actually working like, so the big boss is there and they actually
like
talk to you and stuff.
The head designer at the time when I was there, who like makes all the decisions, he was actually from the UK.
Oh.
So he spoke English. Everyone else spoke German. Yeah, so they were like, basically, the company spoke German, and if they really wanted to speak to me in English, they would. If they didn't, they'll speak to me in German. I'll be like, I can't understand. Yeah.
And it's like they know you don't understand, but they don't give a heck.
100%. I feel like it's just, you know, like if you was to go to like, I don't know, a different country, they can speak it, but it's not their native tongue. And
That's-
because everybody else in the room understands German,
It's
they would,
like
but when the big boss was there, they all spoke English because obviously
Oh,
it's the big yeah.
fairs. Do you know what vibe that gives me? Have you seen Emily in Paris?
yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's giving me that type because they were just like, oh yeah, how can you come here without speaking our
Yeah,
language?
exactly. So, and obviously, then on top of that, I was black as well. So it was like, that's
Fairs.
So
Were
the
you
whole,
the only black person in the office? Give or take.
yeah, there was like one other, but the company had like over 5,000 people, and the black people weren't there. Yeah, she was not there. So for me, I was almost like, they were intrigued by me because they didn't understand what I was like. Didn't understand. Oh, like how'd you get your hair like that? Like it was all that kind of stuff. So that's why I said after 6 months I was ready to go back home. It was
Makes
too much.
sense.
Like, you know those like chicken questions, like all of that stuff. So over time, I literally got fed up.
Do you know those questions actually get me?
Yeah, it was
rattled.
very interesting. But overall, my manager, my immediate manager, was very nice. Like she was really nice. They gave me a lot of responsibilities, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, there was a lot of pressure.
That's actually
but
so sick.
It was good pressure because I learnt a lot. I feel like I learnt more from Hugo, my internships, than I did from uni.
That's actually mad.
Mhm.
And then it must have just done like sick stuff for your portfolio.
100%.
So what was okay? So you start your degree. Is it halfway through your degree you went to
Yeah.
Boss, and then you went back to finish?
No, and then I did another internship.
Oh, what was the
Yeah.
second internship?
Erdem is another clothing brand.
I
You
know
Erdem.
them.
Oh, you know Erdem. Nobody knows Erdem. Yeah. But they're really big though.
Yeah, no, because I work for a company. I'll show you the company I work for just for.
Did you know you said it on here?
Have I?
Yeah.
Oh, so I work for Nesporter.
Oh,
So I see a lot. Before I was
Yeah.
so just like not on.
Yeah,
I don't know
Erdem's
anything.
actually really, their stuff is
Really
so
good.
but the quality, like, because their studio is so much smaller than Hugo Boss. Hugo Boss was like so many people. This one was like a London studio. It's literally, oh, I won't say where it is because that's a bit weird, but it's like local.
Swear.
Yeah, and it's so, the team is really small. Like, it's literally like 2 stories, and yeah, so it was so nice to see what, because I was like in Germany. I was a runner, but because the premises was so big, I was only running with inside of the premises.
Yeah, first.
With this one, you're running all around London. So it's like, can you take this to this? Can you bring it back? Can you, all that kind. That's So obviously, I hate that. I hate that, but it's part of the job.
No, but that's a movie.
Yeah, it's basically the movies. Yes, I'll be like, they'll be like, oh, it'll be raining. It'll be raining.
That's
pouring. Ardelle, we need you to take this to the, and I'm literally like, but yeah, no. It's
Do they at least like get you the cab?
No.
Sure thing.
In fashion, I feel like there's the glamorous sort of side, and then there's the other side. Yeah, like that. I'm sure there's companies that are really bad to be interns. Do you know what I mean? This one, they weren't bad, but they obviously didn't get me cab. They weren't bad though. But I learned so much from this internship because I was inside of the studio room where they're actually sewing. So I learned so many techniques, and because the people that they hire for sewing, they're like not older, but they're older, maybe like Polish,
mature.
So, so they have so much skill, and they're so nice. They just want to take you under their wing. So they're like, oh yeah, let me show you how to do this. This is how you do it. So it was really nice. But at the time, I think I now got fed up of doing internships.
Fair.
Because Hugo Boss internship was paid. This one wasn't paid. So a lot of internships aren't paid. So at this time, I was like to mum, yes, it's time. I've been here. It's time. Then, but the pandemic hit, so I got to leave. Well, actually, they just got me.
Okay, so now, you've given me a nice timeline. So when did you start producing your own work?
Oh, when I got back from Germany. So as soon as I got back from Germany, I got back in September 2019. And then from September until December, I was like, oh, Mum, I'm going to do this. Help me. Yeah. So then my mum was like, going fabric store with me. I was like doing X, Y, and Z. And then I started my new internship in January.
Okay.
So I was only there for like 3 months in Erdem.
Oh, wait. When did you first launch your first thing?
Oh, it was like end of December in 2019.
What?
Yeah, but it was like the backstreet stuff.
No, but in my, I don't know why, maybe because time has just warped in my head and 2020 just doesn't count as a year. But I genuinely thought you started in, December 2018.
Oh, damn.
I don't know why.
No, because I was posting stuff that I used to sew on Instagram a lot, but I didn't ever sew for anybody. Like I only sewed for myself and maybe my sisters.
Yeah, okay. I think I did see that sort of content, and I just
and I used to like post like my designs and stuff on Instagram. Obviously, I don't really do that so too much now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Obviously, trying to copyright and that, trying to steal your ideas and that.
We have to keep it under wraps.
No, I hear it because we've seen what Boohoo does.
Yeah, all of them. It's all of them.
Like, if you're going to take the design, you better write the check.
Yeah, it's crazy. But that's fast fashion.
Oh, honestly, don't get me to talk about fast fashion.
I have a lot to say about that one.
Say it. Let's talk about it.
Do you know, I want to ask you, okay? So there's fast fashion, and then there's like the higher end stuff. I know that everyone comes against fast fashion so hard because they copy. But think about it. We also have a class system in our country. The people that are buying the high end stuff, they've got the money for that. People that are buying the fast fashion stuff, that's what they can afford.
Yeah.
But fast fashion is still trash. But it can't be eradicated because that's what people can afford. Because Zara's fast fashion.
Exactly that. Let me.
You would think Zara's innocent, but most of their designs are. Because you work at Net-a-Porter now. So you know that all their designs are just runway rip-offs.
Rip-off, and they do it. I feel like the trick with Zara is their price point is slightly higher than the PLTs, misguided. So you think that it's better. You automatically think, okay, better quality. They probably it's Zara. It's Zara. It's
their
a
quality's
name.
not good, by the way.
You better say it again.
Because you'll
say it again.
Don't buy knitwear from Zara. Sorry.
Oi. Sometimes, let me not, because a lot of my wardrobe is still Zara because it is what I can afford.
Absolutely.
And it's like, okay, this is nice. looking things within my price point.
Price range,
But it's a bit like the whole. This is not what this is meant to be about. But I watched. Everyone should watch the Patriot Act, and there's like a fast fashion episode. So the Patriot Act is basically this comedian guy. He's just talking about current events, like world things. And so he was talking about the fast fashion industry, and it's just like, one, you're literally ripping off. So what Boohoo does, they rip off everyone.
Their one is different.
No, their one is like anyone can get it.
they don't care who you are. Like
Don't
you don't have to be a big designer. At least Zara's taken from the big dogs.
Exactly. Zara's taken from Robin Hood, taken from the big ones, dispersing it to us.
Yeah.
Pretty little things. It can be the runway or it could be a little shop on the corner.
Yeah.
They're stealing it and they're giving it to the masses at 99p. That's what they do.
Oh no, that one threw me.
I didn't get
that
it.
self threw me.
That's how even got me angry.
That threw me. The thing is though, I'll shout about fast fashion but then I can't that much. You know what I mean? Because there's some things. It's like, for example. Okay, so I'll shop at Zara, but I've minimized my shopping at Zara. Now I prefer to like invest in better quality, high end pieces.
Oh my gosh,
that are nice.
yeah.
It might not be like high end, but it's not like Zara quality. Or I'll just make it my own brand.
You better use your scale.
But with PLT, this is what I'm gonna say. Yeah, so you need a quick pajama set. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, I know that we'll bash them, but it's like some people actually need.
Yeah, no.
Some people can't afford.
There is a market. Honestly, there is a market of people that they can reach to, but the problem that I see with it, it helps enforce bad habits as consumers.
Yeah. 100%.
The fact that I think throughout, let's say, my uni lifespan, there's a motive. I look in my wardrobe filled with clothes. I decide that I don't have clothes to wear because it's not on trend. I buy a cheap outfit, cool, wear it, next motive, next week, buy a cheap outfit, and I won't wear the outfit again because I've seen it and I've posted it, and it's just like, what happens to that outfit? Because it's not like these clothes are biodegradable.
Even bad, the way they make them as well, their fabric qualities are so bad, so it's already bad for the environment as
exactly.
well, so.
And it's a bit like, this is like, it's not making sense. So the amount of water that goes into this, the amount of waste, like, you can't just be burning it. Or what they do is like, they fill up the landfills here, or they'll just sell the clothes to like poorer countries, and then they just have landfills build up because they think, oh yeah, great, they're cheap, I can sell this, but then no one really wants to buy it anyway. It's horrible.
Do you not actually know, right? This is actually, because I know we come for like the PLTs, but the big designers here, if they, you know what they're doing behind the scenes, they throw away all the clothes. Really? They don't even give it to people because they're high end, so they don't want to do the sale
to damage their brand.
So like, I'm not, obviously I can't really say too much, but you as a staff, I can now go into the back and be like, oh, I want this. I see it in the bin, and it's got a cut in it. It's like literally they'll like get the trouser and they'll slit it like this, and then you just think everyone will just be picking, but you're not really so it's like you're not really meant to go. It's meant to go. Do you know what I mean? So even the big designers, sometimes depending on who they are, I'm sure Louis Vuitton, if they don't like something, they will burn it. There's no way they're doing a sale. Do you know what I mean? So the big designers are doing it as well, but they're doing it on a different scale. It's just that the Boohoo and stuff, it's like, how is it normal to bring out a collection like this?
But
how is that normal?
It was when they said, so on the Patriot Act, he was just like, so H&M, they bring out like a new collection. They have 52 new collections a year. That's a collection a week.
That's too much. But the thing is that they're giving the consumers what the consumers want, because we're in such, as you said, our shopping habits are terrible. That's why I'm like, even throughout the whole pandemic, I've understood that. I've looked at, I'm like, no one needs that much clothes. I literally wear the same things over and over. I'll buy something that's good quality and I'll just wear it over, because unless I need something extra, or like I'm an influencer, but I'm not an influencer.
I'm
so
not,
I don't need
and I don't want to be.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't need.
But do that. Go to all my things. Subscribe, like, comment, and share.
That's my YouTube channel.
I used to channel my Instagram.
Not influencer though.
Not influencer, but like, if I influence you, okay.
Yeah, please.
Want to send me stuff?
I'm so done.
Please.
But yeah, so I feel like we don't actually, as humans, we don't. But you have, for example, like you see like someone like Jerry Lorenzo who brought out the fear of God stuff. Like every single person and their mum has it, but it's because we follow trends.
Yeah.
What is, we're a society that just follows trends in so many different things, even with fashion. Because I'm sure, like the tracksuit is cool. Is, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if somebody didn't make it cool, everyone would just be, oh, it's just got essentials on it. That's what everyone would be saying.
100%.
But somebody made it cool.
Someone paired it with like the right trainer to form the right outfit.
Yeah, so
all black.
And then which is good because obviously it's good also for the black community and for him as well. Yeah, do your thing. But it just shows that how we see. It's
like once we see it, and it's like it sort of lends into the power of an influencer. Just like, okay, we see the fashion streetwear influencer, they paired it on my days, it looks sick
with the Jordan mockers, the brown and brown,
all of that stuff. And so it's like, okay, cool, that means as soon as one influencer sees it, another one of that same category will do their own one, but in a different location, different pose. And it's like, okay, so this is it now. If you see something a good amount of times, you'll probably want it. 100%. Yeah. But okay, I want to say one more thing on this, if I can remember. I don't think I can. Oh, my days are so upsetting. Damn, because you writing notes, girl. I know, but it just like, okay, I'll just have to move on, and I know I'll remember it like a random point. But I'm gonna have to get you back because this hasn't been that bad. It hasn't been that scary, innit? No, it wasn't that scary. Exactly, it's just like a nice combo. Oh no, that's really upsetting. Okay, let's just move on to your stuff then. Okay. I wanted to talk to the business side because I don't know who's going to watch this. Might watch it, my immediate people, might be 10 years down the line. Someone just literally just starting. How did you start? Okay, so I know that people say with starting businesses that you need like cash injections. My parents actually put the money in. Yeah. So it was actually my mum and dad. So I was like, do you know, I'm starting this. Oh yeah, going fabric store. Then obviously they saw that I was actually taking it seriously. So then they put money down into it and they was like, we'll give it to you. So it's not as in like I had to pay it back. Yeah. So they gave me money to start. That's so nice. So it was really nice. And then so I started from there. I was able to do like a photo shoot from that and get the fabric, all that kind of stuff. From there, it's like, okay, what money you make goes back into it. So that's what I was doing at first, which is also why it's not always feasible for brands to bring out massive collections. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to bring out one thing and make money. Like, do you know what I mean? Do what you can afford. And that's why I realised, that's why last year summer, I only had like 3 tops because you can't afford to bring out some big collection. Yeah. You don't even know which one, if people would like it or not. That's another thing. So, do you know what I mean? So, for that, I started off with money from parents, which I was lucky. From there, it's literally just been what I make goes back in and keep recycling it, and then putting money aside as well. Keep recycling. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I've been doing. So, like, one of the things that, especially from someone that isn't really clued up in your industry and what you do, it's like, okay, cool. I follow you. Especially back then when I saw you do your sketches, I'm just like, I can see that progression. Then you're in a studio with models, with cameras and all of that stuff. So let's go to like the early stages of that. Were you the one doing your photography, or did you hire people, or how did you find the models? How did you find the studio space? Because so much goes into that. Okay, so because this is where my degree comes into it, because I studied fashion styling and production. Part of the course was learning photography. So I learned photography, like the actual like manual settings, like how to do it. Oh wow. I also learned that in Brits school as well. That was also part of that course. So photography, I was doing that for myself. I think the first shoot that I did, actually another girl did the photography, but she was randomly doing like some deal like, oh, I want to work with X, Y, and Z. So I was like, oh let me, So I did that. And then from there after that so I've had really bad experiences with photographers. So there'll be times like where like I would like do photography and the shoot and I would hate it. This has happened like twice now. I would hate it and I'll literally be like the next day call the model like please, and I'll just do it myself. And then after that, I was like, let me just do it myself because I'm tired of like having to you know, but it's not feasible really to do everything yourself. Because would you be okay, I'm taking pictures, but then also doing the styling aspects of it. It's all a bit long. And my last one, a photographer did that, so I didn't do that one. But I feel like I just need to find a photographer that I really like. And understand like your vision. Right now I'm doing a bit of like trial and error, and it's not really like working out that much. But, so
yeah, so I guess it starts off with the sketch, starts off with designing samples. After the samples, like tweaking them, making sure the samples right, and then finding models. I just use Instagram.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought that was just your mates.
What? Yeah, Linguere's my
Yeah,
friend.
okay.
Yeah, the ones that I've used for this one, I didn't know any of them.
Oh, okay. So it's
Yeah.
literally just reaching out to them, like.
Yeah, which I actually don't like that stuff. You know, the DMs are, hey, sorry. Yeah,
I hate literally the
hate
voice.
that.
When I'm typing it, so even when I'm like talking to my friends doing this sort of stuff, it's like, hey girl,
No, it's not.
I hope you're well. I'm pretty much doing something, and I'd like you to
So please, yeah, that's the voice. It's that like the nagging voice. I mean, you're trying to be all nice. Oh, hey, don't worry if you can't. just let me know. Just
Like,
yeah, and you have to be all nice. But it's like, I guess you have to do that in the beginning stages. But obviously, a lot of people said no. Yeah. Some people are like, oh yeah, no, I can't really. Or some people like, because they see that you have a brand, they would assume that you have so much money. So then they'll put their prices this high, and it's like, sis, that's not even normal. Yeah. So it's just like, okay, that's not normal. So I'll go for someone that I can actually afford.
Fair.
But yeah, in the beginning, it was just my friend that I was using. Then after that, it was like models, and it's like, yeah.
No.
Oh, I'm finding a studio Instagram as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Instagram is good for everything.
Do you know that video the live that you took over? Not live, but the story.
Yeah, the story.
Was that saved? Did they save it?
Yeah, they saved it on their
Fab.
highlights. Yeah.
Okay. So unfortunately, time is up, and I'm so upset because I did have other talking points that we could have gone into. Because I was prepared. I got the notes. This is the thing. So I haven't actually seen these. I haven't seen them because David luckily is doing the edits for me. I'm pretty much gonna cringe because it's like in the moment I'm weird, but then when you're watching how weird you are, it's a bit like
people are gonna think I'm dodgy. Yeah, no, I cringe when I watch myself or hear myself back.
No, definitely.
Yeah. So watching myself is like, oh, like why are you even doing your face like that? Just chill. Or why are you laughing so hard? Like I'm like, why are you laughing so hard? Just chill.
I blame my sister for that sort of mentality. No, honestly, because like when growing up, it's always like, oh yeah, just make sure you're calm, you're not too haps, like. And so in my life, I'm trying not to be too happy.
Do you know what it is here? I'm that person that sees someone do something like, just chill. Like, I'm that person. So when I see myself, I'm like, oh, just chill.
No,
I've got the critical voice in my head where it's just like, because I do it to my sisters all the time, like, just calm down, actually relax. Actually relax.
But I was just calm down. Like, it's not that deep. Like, just. But then I see myself like, oh,
you're doing the same thing.
Oh my God, I thought it was different. It's just the same. But no, thank you so much for coming. I think I say this to everyone, but I probably will ask you to come back on just so we can chop it up a bit more. As also just like you're definitely progressing. So this is your second season? Second?
Yeah. Second.
Oh my days, I remember. Okay, sorry, David. I remember what I was going to say. I feel like also in fashion, I feel like people need to learn how to style the basics.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So that is where we're going to pick off next time round. Because I saw David stand up and I was like, okay, no, let me actually round up. But thank you so much, Ardelle.
Thank you.
Plug yourself also. Do you know your socials?
Yes, my business socials, Ardelle Official.
Yes.
And yeah.
Ardelle Official.
And Twitter as well, Ardelle Official.
Fabulous. Also, she does home stuff as well.
Home stuff.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Invest. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Should I pause this? Okay, cool.